إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من سيئات أعمالنا وأشهد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ويضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته ومغفرته. يعني اسمي عبد الله محمد بن يوسف and من بلد بلدي بلك بلاني بلاني بلديك بلاني بلدي with the yeah at the end is mine. بلدي أمريكي أمريكا يعني والحمد لله شهر رمضان قال الله تعالى إن كتب عليكم الصيام في سورة البقرة إن شاء الله تعالى. and هذا شهر رمضان is a beautiful is a جميلة هي جميلة. And I don't want to toot too much horn and speak the لغة العربية, but I want to break things down into the simplest form. And the thing is with that is that when you speaking, when you're a public speaker, or not, I'm not a public speaker, but when you're speaking to individuals, you want to have husn khuluq. It's called a character. You see what I'm saying? And the particular character that you have to have is that knowing how to be a good speaker. You see what I'm saying? And not using slang terminologies and stuff like that nature, and using proper terminologies when you're a good speaker. Now, when you're along with your friends, stuff like that nature. Because I wanted to clarify something. I watched three types of Muslims in Philadelphia, and I'm in the Masjid 27 Allegheny, Sheikh Mukbil Masjid, Alhamdulillah, and upon the da'wah to Salafiyah, not the Salafiyah that are terrorists and stuff like that nature, because we don't ascribe ourselves to that particular type of thing. But at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, astaghfirullah yadeem, I want to catch myself and stuff like that. Because when I talk proper with proper terminology and use proper tones. And I wanted to explain that one joint, because some people may have seen that, and know that, outside the masjid, some brothers are some street brothers. You see what I'm saying? And some brothers are they'll come at you and stuff like that nature, like, why you speak like this and that, because that's what I seen. Three types of Muslims, three types of different speeches and three types of actions. You see what I'm saying? And so it tells me that you have an ignorant brother, and then you had a jahil. You know what I'm saying? A kabir jahl. Like in Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab's book, Usul al-Thalatha, in the English version, it says jahl kabira. And when a person says, it says that Allah is kulli makan, Allah is everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And if you say that Allah is everywhere, then you're saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in toilets, is in bodies, is in defecation. You're taking the holiness away from him. You're taking the Qudus, one of his names. You're taking the things away from him that he's almost glorified. You see what I'm saying? When in Astaghfirullah. And when you say Alhamdulillah, I was gonna say Alhamdulillah Ladi, Surah Al-Kahf. When you say in Surah Al-Fatiha, you say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and he's the Lord of the Alameen, a Rabb. And you in the Arabic language, when you're dealing with the word Rabb, it means holy. It takes a lot of different meanings. You see what I'm saying? And stuff related thing. It takes a lot of different meanings. And when you use it in a sentence, if you know the Arabic language, you have to use certain joints in certain sentences. Like the noun has to come, or a pronoun and stuff like that nature, or a compound, or not a compound word or anything like that, because there's no compound words in Arabic. You see what I'm saying? No, it's not a compound word in Arabic. It's root words. It's called root words. Like if you put a lamb, like alamin, it comes from ayn mim lam. and it means or for a better example, arduna. That's plural for for dunya. You know what I'm saying that the da noon ardun and dal. And I'm spelling in Arabic. You know what I'm saying off the top of my memory, off the top of you know what I'm saying that of what I know. You know what I'm saying and and that particularly it has the root word and it comes from earth. You see, the earth, and when you learn the Arabic language, it gets deeper in meaning when you learn the Arabic language because you know the ulama say that you have to learn the Arabic language to understand the Quran. Because it's just not when you translate it. That's why there's many translations. Well, there's not many translations. Only two translations of the Quran. As a Yusuf Ali and the Noble Quran. And the Noble Quran is more befitting in English terminologies because they use that you have a doctor of language, and a lot of people don't even know there could be people with doctors of languages, meaning that he knows a lot of language. He knows every nook and cranny per se, if you want to say that. Yani and the thing is and the thing was that is that you know what I'm saying, is that and when I'm explaining the three types of Muslims, because you got some brothers that are hard from the streets and stuff like that, and I keep it real with you, like yo, Sheikh, and like I mean, I sell drugs or I shoot people, or I'm a hitman for hire, I'm this, I'm that, and then you know some and the brother try to give him some da'wah, some nasiha, some sincere advice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then because I'm explaining what I saw on YouTube, because people would take that a different way. If you're from outside of Philadelphia, then I mean you wouldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? If you're inside of Philadelphia, then you understand like okay, I said I know a brother so and so like this. Like I know some brothers that you know what I'm saying that are like that. You know what I mean? And you just laugh and smile and be patient. Asabrun ala dhafihi, and is another part of the book in Surah Al-Thalatha for Muhammad Abdul Wahab, and patience upon perseverance. You have to have patience upon perseverance. You see what I'm saying? And I have a lot of and I have a lot of patience, and I have a lot of patience dealing with a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? And astaghfirullah yadim. And the one brother was like, "Oh, you talk like this or you talk like that or you you didn't go over here or you didn't go over there or whatever be the situation. A brother try to come at you on the disrespectful tip, and you just still have to have patience. I'm like, oh, okay, I know where he's going at, and I'm like, brother, I'm talking like this because Hosna Kolik, because the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, got a hadith in Bulugh al-Maram from Hajar ibn Asqalani. In the book of character in the bab of characteristics is Hosna Kolik. It's supposed to call a good character. And then you could go in sort of, and you go to Qala Allah Ta'ala in sort of Mu'mineen, Mu'minun or Mu'mineen, you put the kasra at the end of it because it's a hafar jar, possessing and possessor. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of it in English. Hafar jar, preposition. It is a preposition. Um, in the first 25 ayahs is telling you how to be. It's telling you how to be a Muslim. It's telling you how to act like a Muslim and how to rock like a Muslim and how to dress like a Muslim and Surah Al-Mudathir. In Surah Al-Mudathir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you how to dress like a Muslim. And a lot of people don't, because a lot of people don't contemplate on the Quran. A lot of people, and when you contemplate on the Quran, then you get understanding of certain brothers that's in the street brothers, and especially if you come from the projects or you come from a rough neighborhood like Dawud Deeb. Dawud Deeb, one of the famous da'is in America. In America, he's like a Michael Jordan. There's nowhere in America that his name, when you mention his name, people know him. Oh, that was deep. I know that brother. Oh, that was deep. And brothers, if you just came across them, you say you know him. You see what I'm saying? And that's the land. And when you come across that brother like that, like when Dawud Adiba, he breaks on down, he's from Newark, New Jersey, a rough neighborhood, Newark, New Jersey. He's the only one African American brother in America that has a house. The ulama gave him a house in Mecca, and he told all of you he didn't want to come back. He definitely didn't want to come back. You see what I'm saying? You see, he definitely didn't want to come back. He definitely didn't want to. He definitely didn't want to come back. And you know why? Because he lived a particular life. Because he used to be a nation of Islam. And so and reason why I'm mentioning this brother because because he know he's patient with the brothers that's from the streets, or the brothers from that's doing a lot of other things and stuff like that nature, and other brothers, you know what I'm saying, talking, you know what I'm saying? Not talking like like an out of or anything like that nature, but because Delta Deep talks with proper terminology, and he knows words, he knows language. You see, and like if you ask him like quite a few things, like man, subhanallah, like this brother, like man, like the wordplay that he knows, the word things that he knows, yeah, like in the way he can break things down to the simplest form. And I revised over my why should we be a Muslim, but they changed the title and said why should I come to Islam or something like that. They need you. I was watching on YouTube, and I heard that tape over 20 some odd years ago because it was on tape, and that's, you know, we got cell phones now, and you know, all you gotta do is download this or download that or go to this site or go to that site, and you can download something and be on your phone. You can download the Quran and it be on your phone. The whole Quran and it be on your phone. You can download the Adhan. You can download Hadith. You can download a lot of things. You know what I mean? You know, the brothers updated themselves with technology, but you know, but there's still you got to come out the books and stuff like that nature. You got to be you know, you have to be still have a library of books, and because there's brothers that translate books that's not even translated in English, and trying to translate, and it's hard to translation of that joint of that nature. And like another brother, like Anwar Wright, he speaks with proper terminology, and he went to Medina University, and he's from the hood. He's from the hood. There's two brothers that know the ulama, and I can say my teacher, Madyun, Warfaddin ibn Madyun, and the ulama knows him. You see what I'm saying? And the thing, because you know, I was watching a sister, a beautiful sister at that. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean, beautiful light skinned sister, and I would like to marry her. You know, and well, I don't know if she's married or not, but I would like to marry her just because her zealotness for the deen, her zealotness, and she may be misled with the Surah Rahman ayat al khamsa, Surah 20 ayat 5, istawa ala al-arshi, Allah rose over the throne, and she has and she has a akida, that's called an akida problem. And I'm not bashing the sister or nothing like that. I would never bash the sister or nothing like that. Like, she's a beautiful sister and she's knowledgeable, and I would like to, and I like her, and she's from Philly. Like, I like that Philly girl swing joint. And she went to Germantown High School, mashallah, alhamdulillah, and she graduated honors, mashallah, barakallah fikum, and wa fikum barakallah. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like is that her zealness of it, her zealness of you don't catch Muslim sisters with the zealness of that, like a Aisha, or like a Khadija, or like a Zainab. You know what I mean? And some of these are Prophet's wives, and one of the Prophet's daughters, or Fatima, one of the Prophet's daughters. You see, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like you want a sister that's zealous like you in the deen, that'll keep you fresh fresh on your mind, and fresh in your body. You see what I'm saying? And you need a wife like that. You understand what I'm saying? And with a wife like that, I don't see where I can go wrong at. I may have faults and shortcomings, but then she'll say, well, Prophet ﷺ said this, because I heard one time that a sister said, a sister said that a brother said, I wish he was more like Aisha. And she said, I wish he was more like the Prophet. And they both took shots at each other. You see what I'm saying? And that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, the subject is on dealing with husnul khuluq, good character, and an explanation of an explanation of characteristic, characterism, and stuff like that. It's just a deep nature thing like that. And I just wanted to share a little treatise, a little dars and stuff like that nature, dealing with husnul khuluq, good character. Because sometimes I even fall short of that. I even fall short of that. But even though when I fall short of that, I still repent. I still make tawbah, regardless of if you see me or if you don't see me. And the thing is that I don't announce that I'm making tawbah and nothing like that. I just get up and like, man, I think, but I'm like, man, I did this. Hold on, let me go ahead and do that. Man, I did this. Let me go ahead and do that. I did this. Let me go ahead and do that. You see what I'm saying? And alhamdulillah that we're in the Astaghfirullah, and alhamdulillah that we're in the month of the Shahr Ramadan, because you got the Laylatul Qadr. You have the one night that equals up to 83 years, 83.5 years, 83 years and 6 months actually. And this can be found, and this can be found in the tafsir of Ibn Kathir, or Tabari. And Tabari is not translated in English. Tabari is all Arabic. So if you don't know Arabic, then get somebody, or get a Heinz word dictionary, and if you know how to break things down and translate it yourself, educate yourself. Not educate yourself, but you know what I'm saying. And then go to a sheikh or go to somebody else and ask, is this translation right, or what should I do this and should I do that? Build your mind. That's what I did. I got a Heinz Word dictionary. I said, I'm gonna learn this Arabic. This is what I'm gonna do. I started out with Bilal Phillips, and you can take from this joint because Bilal Phillips, he's a Jamaican brother that went to Medina University from Jamaica. And I went and I took and I started off with Bilal Phillips' book. Easy joint. Knocked the joint. I put my mind to it, knocked it off, boom. Then I went to Medina Course first one, Medina Course book one, Medina Course book two. I didn't end up getting finishing book three. I went through like maybe 15 to 20 pages of book three. And that's how I learned. Yani. And my teacher of that was Hafiz Abdullah. I'm naming my teachers because you got to name your teacher. Because like, Sheikh, who's your teacher? Was that your Shelly, or was that this, or was that that? Nah, Sheikh, these people are known in Saudi Arabia. Sheikh, these people are known. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't pick up a book and just and shot from the hip. I'm not a hip shooter. You know what I mean? And stuff like that nature. And I sit with the brothers that sat with the ulama. You know what I mean? One of the other brothers that I see one of my I gotta say my teacher, my mudaris, is Sharif. And he said, and he went to he was over in Egypt and studied in the Salafi and dealing with the Salafi brothers, and he's a faqih. And some brothers even saying he's a faqih. And because a faqih is like a person of fiqh. You see, and this thing is like it's just and when he picks up the books and when he goes in, he can go off the top of the head because he memorized the Quran. Alhamdulillah, he memorized the Quran, and he's from the hood. He has, he's from the hood. These brothers that I know that they've been in, they're from the hood and they tighten their life up and went overseas and came back to Philadelphia well, Waterford Mayoon is from Jersey, from Newark, New Jersey, and they came back to America and they and given da'wah. And that's my thing, yani. I mean, and in short of Ramadan, like you have al-fashil what is it, إن الذين سورة not Fajr, no, was it ليلة القدر إن الذين قالوا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين. That's 98. That's another surah. But there's 1,000. He said Allah قال الله تعالى. He said that no, I still got it in it. I still got it in my head. But it says Allah قال الله تعالى. This how they messed me up. You see how everybody else they mess me up and stuff like that nature. They don't want me talking this and third. You know what I mean? And that thing is like Allah Ta'ala, it is 1,000 months. He said there's one night in Shahr month of Ramadan that's worth 1,000 months. Can you think about living 1,000 months? 60 months is 5 years. 120 months is 10 years. And 180 months is 30 years. 1,000 months. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a way out of the hellfire. The hellfire is real. Whether you want to believe it or not, the hellfire is real, yani. The mizan is real, and you can see that in Surah Rahman. You want to tip the scales? This is real. If you put your hand on the fire, would it burn your hand? So you know fire is real. You got to know that hellfire is real. If the hellfire wasn't real, then how do we have fire? How do we have fire on the earth? Think about that. Because Allah created the earth. Allah created the animals. Allah created everything. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about you understand? You understand, Yachty? Allah created everything. So how you think you cook food? How you think fire? What do you think fire does to food? It purifies it. So if you go to the hellfire and when I hold the if you go to the hellfire, you're being purified. And if you don't go to the hellfire, you're still going to be purified. You see? And drink from the Hawd, and that's the pond in paradise. There's water in paradise. There's water in paradise. There's milk in paradise. Whether you want to believe it or not. If you believe in outer space and planets and other planets that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, how do you not believe that there's a heaven? How do you not believe that there's a heaven? How do you not believe that there's a God? If that's the case, if you're saying that you're a God, then you created the earth according to scientists 4.5 billion years ago. If you're that's how old you are. and you created you at 4.5 billion years. You know how old you be or how old you look. How do your bones didn't? You understand what I'm saying? And then at that, if you can, and if you're a god, and if you're a god that can do all these particular things, that's a gift that Allah gave you. Because then if you say that there's not a heaven, and you're saying that you're a god, then where do you rest at? Do and show me some proof. Show me some divinely revealed proof that this particular this particular what call it this particular earth you defecate. Show me divinely showing that the Lord defecates. Show me that he urinates, or that that he has bones, or and show me any divinely revealed books. There's only three. There's 124,000 prophets that were sent, and I think there was 300 messengers out of the 124,000 prophets. There's a difference between a prophet and a messenger. And the messenger is the one is commanded to deliver the message. A prophet is the one that's chosen, like Khidr and Musa. And in the tafsir, and I looked this one up because I studied the Surah Al-Kahf, and in tafsir Ibn Kathir, you can find this in tafsir Ibn Kathir and Tabari, and Ibn Taymiyyah, rahmatullahi alayhi, in one of his books dealing with tafsir, and dealing with that is that dealing with that is that that they say some say Khidr was a prophet, some say he was a messenger, but majority of the ulama said Khidr was a prophet. You see, and this is a sort of cap you read every Friday. Kulu Jumu'ah. Every Friday, you read this. And his blessings, as angels that come down from the heavens that ascend over you. The Prophet ﷺ, there was a thought or a hadith. Wallahu a'lam. I have to look this back up, and so don't quote me on this one. But there's a hadith or an thought that one day a person was reciting the Quran, Surah Al-Kahf, and he's seeing a light of cloud over his head. Now you tell me the difference. You don't believe in that? You don't believe in that, but yet you believe. You go to Mecca right now, the black rock used to be a white rock. That's a rock from heaven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a rock down from heaven, and it got black because of the sins of the world. Just to show you the difference of it. And you can't take that rock. I dare you to touch that rock. I dare you to. I not touch the rock because you supposed to touch rock on Hajj. I mean, like, take the rock. That's what I mean. Saying terminology. I dare you to take that rock and say, I'm taking this. I'm against it. I'm this. I'm that. I did. And even the man that killed 99 people plus one, he wouldn't take that rock. He wouldn't even take that rock. You see what I'm saying? It's a sort of thing. You see, and when you touch the rock, and when you offer Hajj or Umrah, and Umrah is the less of a Hajj. And when you do that and run from Saudi, I mean, I know the rituals of Hajj and stuff like that nature. I never been to Hajj, not yet anyway. But inshallah I'll go. And inshallah I'll go. But because I study it, because it's a five pillars of Islam. If you don't study the five pillars of Islam, then what are you doing being a Muslim? If you're Arkan Islam, the first pill, the first one is ashadu la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. The fact there's no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last messenger and prophet, the seal of the prophets. You see, now his bloodline is still on the earth. His bloodline is still on the earth, and from his blood is going to come from a man will rise out, not the Dajjal, but a man will rise out to kill the Dajjal. Well, Isa bin Maryam will kill the Dajjal, but there's somebody that will come out and from his bloodline and stuff like that. This bloodline still is on the earth to this day. I will, alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? And look at his character. Look at Khadijah when he came back. When Khadijah, he came back to his wife from Cape Hira. And that's where, in Cape Hira is where the Quran was revealed at. When Angel Jibril came to him as an angel and squeezed him, said, Iqra, Bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. He squeezed him, an angel squeezed him. And you say you're God. So if you're God, then you have to know that there's angels. So if you run around and say you're God, then you got to know that there's angels too. And if you run around in the hellfire, so you got to know that there's a God. You got to know. The Quran backs it up. Anything you say, do, or try to look like, the Quran backs up. The ghaib, the unseen. There's things that regular people that don't see what that other people see. I backed it up in the Quran. I can make you a Muslim. I not make you. Allah only makes Muslims, but I can convince you that Islam is the last religion revealed, and Islam is the only religion that's going to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. except the Christians. The Christians, if you follow the Old Testament and the original revealed of the Bible, the original joint, not the New Testament, not the King James version, not that version or any other version, the original Testament of the Bible, you'll be in you'll be in heaven. You won't be in a hellfire. And and the Yahud, the Yahud with because they were sent the prophets too. The Yahud, the Jews, you see. And if you go by that particular joint, then that's what it is. You'll be in heaven. And by the original text of it, that's what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Well, I just wanted to end off with that particular joint because it's 25. You want to do 25 minutes that fast? It's not a lot of thing. But it's just this little short treaties and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? In the month of Ramadan, I just want to what I'm saying, get some blessings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some people want to get on camera and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Some of the, you know what I mean? And Wallahu A'lam, you know what I'm saying? Wallahu A'lam, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows in your heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to, your body will testify against you on the day of Yom Kippur when we be butt naked, uncircumcised. And we're not going to be looking at the girl. We're not going to be looking at that. Oh, Jennifer Lopez, damn, she got a body. And Wallahu A'lam, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to restore our bodies back to if we were 25 or 5 or 10. I don't see 5, but we're going to be grown adults and stuff like that. But we're not going to be looking at how we look. If we see a naked girl walking on the street, whoa, well, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And so it's stuff for the lady. It's just like that, يعني. Well, سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. آمين.